Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Meal Kit number 100. This is a big deal. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of your special celebration at home. Apologize, we're only available for 2 days this week, but we had a special event with Visa Infinite card holders on Thursday the 12th, which took up all of our bandwidth that day. But we're so thrilled that you ordered this for your weekend. Why don't we go ahead and get started? We've got a beautiful and really unique menu tonight. For the wine pairing options, we have a sparkling and a rosé because that's what the menu dictated. Anytime that you want something different, if you really want a red, we've had a couple people reach out to us. By all means, we'd be happy to substitute something. So just keep that in mind. This might be one of the first times ever that I'm just doing things in courses: appetizer, then main course, then dessert. The only thing I've jumped ahead on is I've taken our beautiful fingerling potatoes, tossed them with some grapeseed oil, salt, and pepper, thrown them in an oven at 425 degrees for 15 minutes. Set a timer for that on a baking sheet with parchment paper. But then let's go ahead and get started with our appetizer, which is a hot appetizer. So the first one is chicken fried quail. Now I asked 2 tablespoons of neutral oil, in my case, grapeseed oil per person, but you can use vegetable oil or canola oil. And you want to get that pan medium high. I'm using a cast iron pan, but really any heavy bottom pan will do. I'm also preheating a pan to saute my kale. 1 tablespoon per person of butter. So we're going to put that in there. Maybe I need to get that a little hotter. There we go. And then I've got my cauliflower puree warming up. Again, I need to get that a little bit hotter. We're going to do the appetizer sort of start to finish, and then we'll work on our main course. Yeah, the lovely rainbow trout. Okay, so it looks like the oil is getting hot for our chicken fried quail. So anything that is chicken fried means that we've basically breaded it with a spiced batter, and then we've deep fried it, and then you are basically refrying it a second time. And so we're going to do our quail down there. Probably could have got that oil a little bit hotter. So shame on me. Make sure that you get it so that it's got a little bit of heat smokiness going. That way it fries up crispier and not soggy, like mine might be a little bit. I thought the oil looked like it was smoking around the edges, but I think I got that wrong. Anyway, we are going to do 2 minutes. In my case, we might do 3 minutes, then flip and cook for an additional minute on the other side. And then we're going to season it and rest it for 3 minutes as well. Okay, so that's warming up nicely. Butter is melting for our quail. There we go. Cauliflower puree. Give that a little stir. It's probably a little high. Okay, and I'm going to think ahead, by the way, and just get things rolling on the main course. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of neutral oil per person on our trout as well. And you want to season it really well with salt and pepper. Make sure to get all the parts of the trout. Roll that guy back so we get it all. All right, lovely. And that'll be ready to go when my appetizer is done. Okay, so I think I can throw my kale in now. 90 seconds, then we're at the pickled shallots and cook for another 30 seconds. Well, I'm really off on my temperatures today. I thought that the pan would be a little warmer. It must be springtime. Okay, we're going to turn this down. And the quail, probably should have done a bigger pan on this. Now, as soon as we're 30 seconds on the other side, or 1 minute on the other side, pardon me, then we are going to rest it. and then we'll get going. I want to reuse my pan so that we don't have too many pans going on, from my kale to my green beans. I do this little stir with the kale once the pan is warming up. And let me tell you about the appetizer wine tonight. So this is a Prosecco that we've done quite a few times with Curated because it's just fabulous. It's a very old estate that has organic practices, and it's just super delicious. It is from Treviso, which is a very high-end version of Prosecco. It is not the sort of generic plonk that you can get a lot of the times in the LCBO. We get this from small agents. Let's see how our quail is looking much better on this side. Very nice. Yeah, I think I'm ready at this point to do the resting. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to just do a few more seconds. I want to make sure that it's heated through completely before I do the resting. So I may adapt the finishing instructions as we do. And that's why we do these videos. In addition to keeping you entertained, it is so that we can keep you apprised after we test all the recipes at someone's home, because it's very different than at a restaurant. Okay. The shallots, you can add the pickling liquid in there as well with the pickled shallots. I'll turn that guy off. Yeah, I think our quail is looking good. Take that off. Why don't I take that pan off as well? You could probably even reuse that pan. Nah, you want a fresh pan for your trout. So I'm going to start warming this up for our trout. Okay, I'm going to turn this guy off too. So while the quail is resting, we've got our pickled shallots with our kale in there. Don't forget some salt and pepper. You shouldn't need to season your cauliflower puree at all. We should be doing all that heavy lifting ourselves. All right. Make sure I'm plating this properly. Puree in the middle of the plate, followed by the kale and shallots, and then we're going to top it with the quail. So divide this up nicely. And before I reach for my quail, I should definitely spread that around nicely so that it gets covered on the edges. There we go. I'm going to get my pan, make sure that it is looking good. Yep. And again, I'm going to reuse this pan so that we have less dishes for our green beans. So really the instructions call for 4 pans, but really you only need 3. Okay. Little paper towel, give it a wipe, and you are back in business. Induction is less easy than other things. All right, and our chicken fried quail right on top. I want you guys to be able to use your hands with this because it is meant to be a with the hands kind of dish. Let's make sure, oh yeah, salt and pepper on the quail as well, which I should have done before resting because it sticks when it's hot with the oil. It sticks to the quail a little better. So there we go. Our chicken fried quail with the cauliflower puree, pickled shallots, and sauteed kale. Main course. Let's see how we're doing. Okay. I think we're just going straight on the trout at this point because, in the green beans, we're going to do 1 tablespoon of butter per person in there. Get the green beans over there. I can turn that up a little bit. And the trout, the oil. Just want to make sure it's medium high. High heat, excuse me. Let's get that high. And let me tell you about the rosé, which is served with the main course. And again, please, if you're really into red, you can order red. We'll be happy to hook you up. So this is the Rosé de Montrose from the Pays d'Oc, southern France, certified highest level 3 organic. And the way that Connor describes it, red berries and citrus flavors on the nose and palate is elegant rosé, roundness, freshness, and I'm a huge fan. We've done this one a few times before, and I love it every time. And this, to me, screams springtime. This weekend is supposed to be like 30 degrees, and so that's going to be crazy. Okay, green beans are going to go in now. 3 to 4 minutes. We want them crunchy. It's very important on that. The trout, it may be an unusual way for you to cook it. Skin side down, but you're only going to do skin side. You are not going to flip this at all. Wash my hands. You're going to go 3 minutes on high heat. Then you're going to drain the oil. So I'm going to get a trivet for underneath my stainless steel bowl so that we can drain it off. And then we're going to put some butter in there and we're going to baste. So I'm going to need a couple spoons. One for basting, one for the remoulade, and one for the tapenade. And we're basically doing a niçoise type salad. While that's happening, let's do the dessert, shall we? Now we have a blueberry tart. And it's supposed to be from the fridge. I'm really doing a great job tonight, guys. Follow the instructions. I took this out a little bit earlier, so it probably is better straight from the fridge. Dollop chantilly on tart. Want to make sure you can see some of that beautiful color. And then the candied lemon on top of that. And there is our gorgeous lemon blueberry dessert. Okay, we're probably approaching 3 minutes, so I'm going to turn that down. Make sure it's not sticking. Give our green beans a little saute. Adjust the temperature a little bit. Okay, we don't need that. You know what? I'm going to get the proper spatula to do this with. Get as much of the oil out of there as you can. And we've got the butter. And as soon as that melts down, we're going to baste it up. We're also going to season this one with salt and pepper because I seasoned the top side. Important to season both sides. Hey Google, off. Now turn my oven off. Let's get another trivet. Baste the trout. So you want the trout overall to be sort of medium rare, and you want the flesh on one side to be kind of underdone. Well, that's what the chef suggests. You guys want to cook it a little more, and that is okay. Okay. Make sure I'm going to season the green beans with salt and pepper. Okay, and then let's get our potatoes out of the oven. And how are we plating this thing? Potatoes and green beans first in the middle. I can turn that off now. Grab my tongs. I love fingerling potatoes. They just change everything. And we've got Father's Day coming up, by the way. Mother's Day we just passed, and I hope all the mothers out there had a great time and were spoiled. We did record numbers on Mother's Day for Curated, so thank you for all of those people who ordered for us. Hopefully the dads and the kids cooked for mothers or finished, and the moms didn't have to. Okay. And there we go. Green beans. You can throw a little butter on there if you want. A little green bean butter, nothing wrong with that. And then for your trout, you want to go skin side up. If you want, you can peel the skin, but I love the skin myself. So I'm definitely not peeling the skin. That one looks great. That's my Instagram shot right there for sure. And then next up, dollop the tapenade on the trout and drizzle the grabiche around the plate. Got a nice little quenelle there. Very nice. And this sort of kicks it off. There was one other ingredient I knew I forgot. And that is our frisee lettuce. So I'm going to tell you about a little secret there, guys. The frisee didn't come in today. It will be there for your kids, I hope and I believe. So instead, we've got some chicory, which is very close, but not exactly it. So when you see the picture, yours is going to look a little bit different because this is chicory instead of frisee, which is the classic lettuce from France that is meant to go with this. So I promised the chef I'd try to make it look frisee-like, which it kind of is. It's more green than yellow. Tuck some under there. Make sure we see our green beans. From there is our beautiful rainbow trout with the black olive tapenade, the grabiche, green beans, roasted fingerling, potatoes. Thanks again for ordering this week. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for understanding my foibles tonight on the temperatures on the pans. May I have worked out all of those issues for you. I hope you love your meal, and I hope we get to cook and curate for you again very soon.